Hey, this is Matt Young from King Parrot. You're listening to That Metal Interview.
That Metal Interview.
According to your schedule, you're in Texas, right?
Man, we're in Texas. We're in Dallas today. We're playing with Pantera in Dallas today.
Oh wow! So how's that going so far?
Oh man, it's been incredible. You know, it's one of those moments in our career as a band that's just been absolutely phenomenal. You know, like we are incredibly grateful and just pinching ourselves every day at the enormity of this tour and how amazing it's been for us and how many new fans we're making and just the response that we're receiving and you know and today is like a full circle moment, you know, just to be able to play with Pantera in our home city. Dallas it's just going to be an amazing experience. So yeah, we're excited.
When you say new fans, do you mean new as in young people, or you mean as in new fans to your band, King Parrot?
Well, both, I guess, man. Like, I mean, we're playing, you know, in front of like, you know, between, you know, usually there's like 10,000, 15,000 people at these shows.
Wow.
With Pantera, and man, we've never played in front of these kind of audiences in America before. Like, this is a whole new world of a whole new frontier for us. I mean, we've been touring over here since 2014, and you know, mostly doing club shows and things like that. You know, we're no strangers to touring in America, but we're certainly new to playing in front of 10 to 15,000 people a night. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of people that are discovering King Parrot for the very first time, or you know, like maybe listening to us because they're checking us out, you know, because they've seen our name on the bill or whatever. It's a whole new thing. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's been awesome.
How long is your set?
Our set when we're playing with the shows,
yes,
we're doing like 25 minutes. Like for us, 25 minutes is kind of cool because we can still do like 8 or 9 songs. Our song's pretty short, so we do still like 8 or 9 songs, which has been great, and we get jam-packed a lot of energy into that 25 minutes. You know, so when we're playing club shows or whatever, we're used to kind of doing an hour or so, which is you know. It's a different thing, you know, but we got our 25 minutes allocated and we just get up there and fucking go bananas, bro. For 25 minutes, we just give it everything we got.
So how do you see Pantera nowadays, Matt? Of course, without the Abbott brothers, Vinny and Dimebag, how do you see that? Of course, they sound badass.
Man, it's incredible, man. It's like, this is, I mean, I guess there's got to be some... I understand that like there's a lot of kickback and all of that from people. Oh, it's not the real Pantera or whatever, but it's like this is as good as it's ever gonna get, right? And Philip and Rex were much a part of it as anyone, you know. And you know, the way I kind of look at it is like this was their trade, this was their craft, this was their life, you know. And to take that away from them to, it's not fair. It's like saying to a plumber or a roofer or something, you know, if their employer passed away or went bankrupt or something, saying, oh no, you can't do that anymore because the company you work for doesn't exist anymore. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that like the people that are sort of saying that stuff, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And they've got the two most qualified people in Charlie Benante and Zach Wilde to come and play in the band, and they're doing an incredible job. The show's incredible. The way they present it all is just absolutely amazing. And I see like behind the scenes the work that goes into it all, and it's amazing, man. It's totally awesome. It's totally respectful to the brothers, and you know, I think, you know, in their passing, they'd be looking down on this and going, I am so glad that this younger generation of fans and the older generation, they get to see it again and celebrate it again. But all this new young generation of young people that are coming out to see Pantera now that never got to see it before are getting to see this version of it, and it's fucking awesome. It's really cool. So that's how I feel about it, man. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, I like it too, of course. I'm all for it. For this point, specifically, Dimebag, we all know he passed away in 2004, and then the last Pantera gig was about 2000, give or take. So for people born about 20 years ago, in 2005, they never got to see this, any version of Pantera, or 25 years ago, for that matter.
Yeah.
Or if you were born in 95, I mean, you were 6 years old when they broke up, you know. So this is a whole new second chance for fans to check it out, right? Check out Pantera, yeah.
Exactly, man. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I was lucky I got to see him in 1994.
Oh, really?
When I was a teenager, and it was awesome, man. It changed my life, and the fact that I get to come out here, you know, just a kid from Australia with my band, and we out of all of the bands in the world, we get to play with Pantera and tour around. You know, we've toured with them now in America. We've toured with them twice in America now. We've toured with them in Europe. We've toured with them in Australia. You know, like, it's surreal for me that we have this experience and this opportunity to do this, man, and to play in Dallas tonight in their hometown is, you know, it's about as good as it gets. You know, it's crazy. So
let's speak King Parrot. Some people don't know you guys have been on the road since July, right?
Mm-hmm.
Straight.
Yeah, we've been out to the bush.
It's just straight from
July 25th.
Okay, so you go from clubs to a Pantera gigs and back to clubs, give or take, something like that?
Yeah, man. But the first show we played was on July 25th with Acid Bath and Pentagram at the Brooklyn Paramount. That was an amazing show. That was a great way to get things kicked off. Beautiful theatre there in Brooklyn, and you know we were stoked to get the opportunity to play with Acid Bath and Pentagram, of course. It's the first show. From there, we did like a whole bunch of club shows with Weed Eater, and a few headlining shows as well. And then we met up with the Pantera tour. We did like 4 or 5 with them, and then they took a 2-week break from the tour, and we continued on doing club shows, headlining, sort of playing up through the Midwest and up into Canada and all of that sort of stuff. And then we came back down and we met up with Pantera and Monomath in Salt Lake City, and then we've been kind of predominantly with the tour since then.
Wow. So walk us fans through a day in the life of King Parrot, of yourself, Matt, Youngy. What do? You wake up somewhere on the road, or you wake up somewhere?
Yep.
Walk us through that, a normal day of a touring.
Well, usually we wake up in a car park somewhere.
Right?
We usually wake up in a car park. You know, my order, usually I'm requesting to be near a Starbucks coffee place or a Planet Fitness gym, so I can go and do a workout in the morning, and we go get our coffee and all of that sort of stuff. Usually we turn up to the venue at about 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll load all our gear in and get everything set up and ready. And then we'll have lunch, have some coffee. I'll generally do some work on my computer because I manage the band as well. So I generally spend at least 2 or 3 hours doing some work, maybe doing an interview or hanging out or meeting a friend or something like that. And then when it gets to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we get, after, you know, Pantera and Monomath have sound checked, we'll get all our gear up on the stage and we'll start doing our sound check. And that'll usually go for like an hour or so. And after that, it's basically we're just sort of warming up, getting ready for the show, drinking some tea, all of that sort of. I mean, you know, doors are at 6 o'clock, and then usually we're on at like 7. So that's sort of how it goes. And then after we finish playing, shower up, go and get some food, and then I'll usually meet up with some friends. If we've got friends or people that are hanging out at the show, we'll go meet up with them, say hello, and then we're kind of going to be standing by, getting ready to do Walk with Pantera. We always get up and do the gang vocals on the Walk chorus. That's a nightly thing. And then after the show, it's, everyone's hanging out and we're meeting up with people, talking shit and just hanging out. And then bus call after that, and jump on the bus and go to bed and in the bunks and go to the next place. That's sort of usually what happens during the just standard kind of day.
So you mentioned you manage a band. What band is that?
I manage King Parrot.
Oh, of course. I thought you meant like another band.
Yeah. No, King Parrot. Yeah.
So how do you maintain on the road, Matt? I mean, you don't have your own bed. You have a bunk. Is that of course it's a difficult life, right? I mean, it's a dumb question. How do you guys maintain? No alcohol, or how do you maintain?
Oh yeah. We have our bunks. We have our bunks. We all have our bunks in our little bus that we're traveling around in. It's yeah, man. I'm clean and sober. I don't drink or take drugs or anything like that. So for me, that's really important. That's how I like to keep a clear head. And I've been clean and sober, for nearly 14 years. So it's been a huge, game changer for me. I mean, I wouldn't be here doing this if I wasn't clean and sober. So that's a big thing for me. I like to, to maintain the physical exercise is really important during the day for me. So that's why I like to kind of go to the gym in the morning if possible, if we have time, and if not, I'll go for a jog or go for a run somewhere, maybe around the venue or whatever. Yeah, man, just trying to eat well and look after ourselves. That's the best way to do it, from my perspective.
So your newest album dropped in June, A Young Person's Guide to King Parrot. What's behind the title there, Matt?
You don't know it. We ripped it off King Crimson, the old prog rock band.
Oh.
King Crimson.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had an album with a similar title, so that's what we ripped it off. and if you've seen the artwork of it, you see what it's like.
Yeah.
We're always been one of those bands that we take the music pretty seriously and all that sort of stuff, but we also like to have fun and have a laugh and joke around a bit. And when you look at the album cover, and then you put the album on, they're two completely different things. So we wanted to have a nice kind of innocent-looking album cover, but the music to be the most visceral onslaught of carnage you could imagine.
Yeah, a big contrast there. Yeah, I saw the cover with a couple with a bike. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I mean, we're Australian, man, so we just like to have fun, brother. That's part of that's in our DNA. We have fun, and we're an aggressive band, but we're also a light-hearted, humorous band too. And we tread the line carefully. Yeah.
So speaking of all this stuff, the genre, I want to ask you, what's the genre here? Do you think it's grindcore? Do you think it's thrash?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter. What do you think?
Exactly, it doesn't matter. It's metal, right?
Yeah. I mean, we often get lumped in with the grindcore thing, and people call us a grindcore band or whatnot, and we're happy with that. I don't mind, but there's elements of hardcore punk stuff in there. There's elements of thrash metal in there. There's elements of rock and roll and doom, sludge kind of stuff in there too. So, I mean, I think it's not really fair to say, this is what they are. This is, because I think there's plenty of grindcore purists out there that wouldn't classify King Parrot as a grindcore band. So we just do our own thing, man, and we're a heavy metal band, and we're an extreme heavy metal band. That's what I would say, and we just do our own thing, and we work within the parameters of heavy music, and that's about all that needs to be said about that, I think,
Yeah. I'm going to go through a couple of your song titles on the new album.
Yep.
Cunning as a Dunny Rat, It's a Rort, Punish the Runt, Target Pig Elite, Glazed and Diseased and Defeat, Pissing on the Fist of the Law. Awesome stuff, wow. Who comes up with the titles?
Well, I come up with most of them, I think, and our guitarist Squiz comes up with a few of them as well. We always like to, we like to try and keep it interesting, keep it fun, and like some of the things are like an Australian colloquialisms that we use to like it goes like like I always sort of say, we're Australian. We like to have fun. We like to we're a bit tongue in cheek, and some of those song titles definitely exemplify that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So speaking of Australia, how long did you guys play in the local scene there before getting signed, or before the EP, or before getting signed, should I say?
So we initially we were initially we played around in 2011, 2012, and we kind of got signed straight away. Really, we got signed to an Australian label called Impedance Records, and they put out our first EP, and then not long after we put out the first record, which they also put out. We got signed internationally to Candlelight Records in the UK and Europe, and then we started touring internationally after that. We did our first US tour, and it wasn't long after doing our first US tour that we got signed to Housecore Records, which is obviously Philip in the E51 from Pantera. So yeah, we've been on Housecore Records since about 2014, and they're our label for North America, which is awesome.
There's a 8-year gap between Ugly Produce and the new album. What happened there? I mean, there's an EP in 2020, Hold Up in the Layer. What happened there? The big gap there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, so our drummer lived in Brisbane. Our previous drummer lived up in Brisbane, so it kind of made it difficult. When the whole COVID thing happened and the whole world shut down, especially in Australia, we kind of really got locked down pretty hard from the beginning of COVID until about 2022. So there was a period in there where we weren't really playing or able to do anything at all. We were kind of we put out the Ugly Produce at the end of 2017, and we started touring. We toured a little bit in 2018 and we did Japan in 2019 at the start of 2019, and then that's when the whole world kind of shut down. So we were kind of right in the middle of that Ugly Produce album cycle when things stopped. So then it was 2019, 2020, 21, 22. We weren't able to really do much in that period of time. 22, we started touring again in Australia. And then in 2023, we did a few things and came back over to America for the first time in a long time. And after we did that tour in 2023 in America, we were kind of we really need to get some new material. So we started writing again. We did a little bit of stuff in 2024. We did not best out in Australia, but we spent the most of the year just recording and getting the new record ready. That was the main thing. And then now we're sort of back in the swing of it, and we've just got a new drummer. We've got a drummer that lives in the same city as us now, which makes things a lot easier to be able to sort of write and record. So that's kind of the explanation, I guess, for why there was such a long break in between the albums. But we're back at it now, and I would expect, unless some crazy shit goes down in the world, that we'll be a lot more productive moving forward.
So what is a day like for you, Matt, back home, when you're not holding a mic, you're not on the phone managing the band? What do you do in your normal life, and what kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, right. I mean, when it comes to music and stuff, man, I listen to everything. I love music. I listen to all the extreme stuff, all the heavy stuff. I like rock and roll stuff. I like punk rock stuff. I like old stuff. Like one of my favorite bands is the Kinks. I love the Kinks. I love Ween. Ween are one of my favorite bands. And I've got a huge record collection. I love classic rock stuff. I love everything, man. So mostly guitar oriented stuff, I would say. But yeah, I love most. If someone is good, I like it. But during the day, when I'm at home in Australia, I'm a father, and I also work in drug and alcohol. Man, I work in a rehab, like a drug and alcohol rehab. So one of my, because I've been clean and sober for a long time, one of the things that I'm passionate about is giving back and helping people get off drugs and alcohol that want to get clean and sober.
Oh, wow. So give us your best gig and your worst gig so far, Matt.
The best gig and the worst gig. My worst, the best gig and the worst gig that King Parrot has played, or the best gig and the worst gig that I've seen?
King Parrot.
Oh, okay, right. So, well, I mean, man, there's been some moments, especially this year. I mean, some of the best gigs that we've done this year. I mean, we played at Wembley with Pantera and Power Trip earlier in the year in London. That was pretty crazy. And then, you know, just like last week or whatever, we played at the Forum in LA with Pantera and Panama. You know, like playing those sort of monstrous venues is incredible for us. You know, it's like, you know, we could never have foreseen that we would have done played those kind of shows when we started doing this band, you know. So we've had an incredible year this year with the new record and everything. So they've probably been the best ones, and then the worst shows. I mean, I guess some of the worst ones. Maybe when we first sort of started, we played some. I remember the very first gig we played was an absolute nightmare. That was when I was still using drugs and alcohol, and I was a mess, and our guitar amp wasn't working properly and cut out. We had the very first gig that King Parrot played was terrible. So I'm going to run with that one. That was terrible, and I lost my voice straight away. We played like shit, and we were incredibly nervous. So I will say the very first gig that we ever played was terrible, but I'm happy to say that we've improved a lot since then.
Which is your favorite track to play live?
Well, I guess like since we put out the new record, I think my favorite track to play is "Fuck You" and "The Horse You Rode In On," because it's just got such a great opportunity there for crowd involvement. So I would say that one has been my favorite, definitely in the last year or two when we've been playing it live.
Before we let you go, what's next on your plan book? I believe you have some more Australian dates, right?
Yeah, man, when we get home, we've got like 7 more Australian shows to finish off the year, and then we're just working on 2026 at the moment, man. We should have some exciting news coming forward for that in the next couple of weeks, actually. So hoping to get back over here in the US next summer, and we'll be looking forward to it, man.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Matt. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
And keep doing what you do. You guys are doing great. You guys rock, man. You guys are metal for sure. Thank you.
Thanks for your support, brother. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
A young person's guide to King Parrot's 4th full-length album, which dropped June 6th of this year, 2025, Housecore Records, ran by the legend himself, Philip Anselmo of Pantera, amongst other bands and projects. And so we thank Matt Youngy for making time once more and returning to the podcast to promote the band's 4th full-length album and to promote the ongoing tour, which is going on right now. Depending on when you are listening to this, the tour might be over, but it could be ongoing. So check it out. Go to their socials. Look up King Parrot on social media, their website, Housecore Records. Support the band and get the album, download it, purchase it, blah, blah, blah. On behalf of your friend James, all the way from the state of Texas, where we spin around the sun, don't forget to keep it metal.
That metal interview.